Hello everyone. Hello students. Good afternoon. But before we're going to start with our discussion, we were going to start with a prayer. With the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So, good morning. I am now your teacher for today's discussion. So, are you ready for our new lesson? Alright, you are ready. So, can I ask you a question? How important the water is for your life? Yes, it is very important because we use it in our daily life, especially drinking, showering, cooking, and everything in our necessities, right? So the water is very important. How about the water become polluted? What will happen to you? Or what will happen to our surroundings if the water is polluted? That's the question that we're going to answer for today. Are you ready? Before we're going to start, let's read for our learning objectives. Our learning objectives is identifying different water pollutants, demonstrate the factors affecting the water pollution to the environment, appreciate the importance of water pollution that affects the human environment. So, let's start. Let's go. Our topic for today is all about water pollution. What is water pollution? Is the result of adding anything to the water that diminishes its quality. So, water pollution is the problem to our society. If you're going to throw a trash to the river and that is become polluted, or you're going to spill an oil to the water or the river that become polluted. So what are the results or effects to the water pollution to our bodies? Or what are the things that we can get to the water polluted? So the first thing is the heat. Heat is the addition of the water is called thermal pollution. So thermal pollution occurs when the humans water industrial process that heat up and then return to its source. So the organism in the water's ecosystems are adapted to the original water temperature and can experience thermal shock because their bodies can adjust to the increased temperature and they suffocate. So the second one is the sediment. So sediment is to some degree the natural process wash some sediments or particles of sands or etc. However, human activities such as agriculture and animals herding greatly increase the amounts of sediment that wash into nearby water to the process of erosions. Now, the other one is the noises. What are the problems we encounter to the water, especially to the oceans, right? We encounter both fisheries, the big vessels, right? So that are the problem of our water resources, especially in the oceans. The mechanical or the fuel gases that exerts to the boat or from the boat to the ocean. So that are the problems or the causes, especially the big boats. Yes, that will also cause a water pollution. So let's go to the getting point and non-point. So getting to the point and non-point sources, let's go first to the point source. This is the type of pollution originate that at a specific and identifiable location such as drainage pipes. So what is a point? Getting to the point and non-point. So this is the environmental scientists classify the source of water pollution in one of two ways. So this is a point source and the non-point source. So the point source is you are able to detect or locate the problem or the problem of the pollution. Especially, the best example for this is the drainage pipe. So you're able to locate the location or the part of that problem causing the leakage. So you're able to identify. So like for example, oh, this is the problem. So you are able to locate which of the part of this are or has a problem. So non-point is this is a type of pollution comes from a large area of polluted surface runoff with no specific origination of point. So non-point is a type of pollution comes from a large area or polluted surface runoff with no specific originated. So for example, anytime it pollutants from the street and parking lots into nearby streams and river resulting in non-point pollution. So the best example for this is you're able to park, or have you ever seen a place that has a pollutant street and parking lots? These are the problem causes of non-point sources. So you are not able to detect the problem of the water pollutant. So unlike to the point source that you are able to detect or you are able to locate the drainage, unlike to the non-point source. So let's proceed to the endangering human health. The endangering human health is one of the greatest dangers to the human health is water pollution. Yes, that is true. Water pollution is also the biggest problem or the biggest dangers to you and to us and for our life or our health. After all, people cannot survive without water, right? That is true. We cannot survive without drinking a water. But also, we should consider if it is drinkable or it's not. If this is a safety to drink or it's not. Because if we are not looking or a safety way to drink a water, we can have our diseases, or we can get a viruses or bacteria to that water, or the sources of the water you can get everywhere. So you need to be careful with the water you drink, right? So next time, or you need to be considerate if this is safety or it's not. So you're not able to get a bacteria or viruses. So you can protect your health and be healthy living. So let's proceed to the causes of the endangering, or the causes of, or what are the possible bacteria we can get to the water if we are not considerable or not safety enough to drink a water. What would be the bacteria we can get? So let's find out. I have here. So we have bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Have you ever see a person who struggles because she or he drinks a polluted water? Because I have also witnessed a person who have been experiencing a bacteria infection to her tummy because she drinks a water without without checking to the sources. She are not able to have a healthy body due to drinking a polluted water, because to their area they don't have a safest water to get, and they are using only the what we call this, the one we can get in the, or in the Bisaya we called it bomba. In the other term, I don't have any idea what is the English of that certain thing, but we called it, as in Abisaya, we called it in the bomba or poso. So we don't have any idea or scientific discovery for that if that is a safest way to drink. But for me, it's not a safest way to drink a water because it has a contaminated viruses or bacteria in that particular particular place, because those place has contaminated, or it has piggeries, there's a tick tank is also near, so it's very dangerous for us to drink that bomba. So for us, we need to be healthy and we need to be careful to the water we drink, because the thing we are going to protect is just for ourselves, right? We need also to be considerate of what we drink to our water. So these are the problems or causes if we were going to drink a not healthy or drinkable water to our body. We can get parasites, bacteria, and viruses. So, organisms that causes diseases are called pathogens. So included this, so the bacteria are the diseases we call the pathogens. These are the parasites, bacteria, and viruses. So this is the parts of the pathogens. The common illness that we can get are the common illness that we can get in the viruses are the typhoid, hepatitis, dysentery, cholera, and polio. Have you heard a word hepatitis? That is diseases that can get in the polluted area. So we need to be careful. Also know, especially in our, if there are things or waters that we are not, if we think we are not safe to go in that situation or polluted area, we need to be, especially if you have wounds to your skins or can be infected easily. So be careful to those water polluted. So no, that is these are the common illness that we can get to the water polluted. So you need to be careful. So these illnesses are particularly dangerous for young children. In fact, they can account for almost 60% of early childhood younger than 5. So that's worldwide, although sewage treatment plants have reduced the occurrences of water-related illness in some nations. So less developed nations still struggle to find safest or fresh water that's free for such a pollutant. So in some regions, the world are parts of India, China, Africa are, for example, water-related examples are still a leading causes of that. So we need to be careful and be considerate to our surroundings and be responsible for our body. So let's go for our next topic. Chemical pollutants. So what is chemical pollutants? You know what is chemical pollutants? So this is a chemical pollutants. Usually occur in very low amounts of water supplies, but even at low level, they're still a dangerous to human health. Yes, that is true. Chemical pollutants is usually occur in very low amount in water supplies, dangerous to human health. some of these compounds are the molecular or level very similar to human. So note that chemical pollutants, my best example for chemical pollutants are the metals. That is also a chemical pollutant. So if we're going to have our, if we were going to have our, so do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what is chemical pollutants? Yes, chemical pollutants is harmful substances typically introduces into an environment. Human activities can be negatively impact to living organisms and also can be disrupt ecosystems when present in sufficient certains. So these are the substances can enter the air, water, and soil to the various pathways and also including an industrial discharge. So chemical pollutants also can be harmful to our body. So yes, again, we need to be responsible to our surroundings, not just ourselves, but also to the surroundings because we are not able to know or to detect what will happen for us, especially there are lots of causes that we can get or the effects to this certain issue like the water pollution and chemical pollutants, right? So we need to be responsible for this. The next one is disrupting ecosystem. Alright, so to sum it all, water pollution is a situation that we can get or we encounter to our daily lives. Especially, my best example for water pollution is I think in the Manila Bay. I don't think so, or the rivers that has more garbage throwing by the people. Yes, I don't think have any places or know the places that are water polluted area. So for me, the best, what are for you? What are the best example for the water polluted, or can you give me a place that has a water pollution? Yes, for me, there are several places around the world suffer from the severe water pollution, often caused by industrial waste, untreated sewage, and agricultural runoff. So this is the most probably these are the probably problem to the people or especially the humanity, because water pollution is not just a joke for us but also a big problem for our people, especially the children. So if we are not going to be responsible for our trash or the way we segregate our trash or anything that we throw something, that we need to be responsible for those, because the one who are going to affect these things is us. We can be also or we can get any illnesses such as bacteria, viruses, and yes, it is very dangerous for us, especially for our children soon. So for us, or for you in the future field, so you're able to be responsible for your surrounding also, because we are the only one using to our environment, especially the riverside. We can be more, if we are be more responsible for that, we cannot be throw something trash in our river, because when we throw something in that certain area from the river especially, or the ocean, seas, everywhere, that can cause me a water polluted. So especially a human, we cannot live without water. we cannot be survived without water, because water is a most powerful than food, right? We can be survived within how many days just by drinking. So also we need to be considerable, or we need to be careful of what we drink in our water, because also water can help but also can be deadly. So if you're not able to, you're able not to check how safe that water to drink, you are not be safe. So yes, that will be all. Thank you. I hope you understand with our discussion about the water pollution and its the illnesses of what we can get to our water pollution. So that would be all. Thank you.